I'm Joey. Tonight I am making a lasagna, and I'm just doing some prep work on my veggies here. Cutting up my bell peppers, and I got some mushrooms, some onion, some fresh basil. I got some green bell peppers over here. I'm gonna cut up some fresh tomatoes and garlic, oregano, and then I'm gonna get started on the lasagna, and it's gonna be amazing. Now I'm cutting up my kielbasa, which is the secret ingredient of my lasagna. It's actually my mom's lasagna, but it's my favorite. All right, so as you see, we have prepped all of our veggies. I've got this done. I've got some hot water boiling for our lasagna noodles. And I'm gonna start getting the beef and the veggies sauteed, and then I'll start throwing all the other ingredients in so we can throw this thing together. We are gonna get our kielbasa, and we're gonna throw it in here with a little bit of olive oil in this pan. And we're gonna start sauteing that for just a few minutes, and we'll throw the ground beef in with it. So, just a little bit higher. We're just gonna brown it just a bit, just a little bit. All right, I have browned my kielbasa just a bit. I'm gonna throw it into my big pan here, like so. There we go. Oh, I got a couple pieces of. Ah, that smells fantastic. These last few pieces here. Now we're gonna take our ground beef and we're gonna throw it in here, and I'm gonna brown it up just a bit. Just kind of break it up like so. Okay, I have a lot, so I'm just gonna be careful. That's why I'm taking everything and transferring it to this big pot, because it's going to make a lot of sauce. Okay, well, I've got the ground beef almost ready to go into the pan. I'm going to start mixing up my ricotta cheese with my eggs and a little bit of salt and pepper, so that when we get ready to layer it, it will be ready to go. So I've got 3 32-ounce containers of ricotta cheese. Kind of mash it down into the bowl here, like so. And I'm going to use 4 eggs for this. Break 4 eggs into this. Perfecto. And I'm just going to mix this up. You want to kind of go gently at first because you don't want it to splatter everywhere. And then I'll get a whisk and kind of finish it up. And we're going to throw in some salt and pepper. Just break up your eggs. Just blend it gently. You don't want it to splash everywhere. Good workout too. If you don't have time to go to the gym. Yeah, the ground beef is coming along nicely. We just want to brown it, and then we're going to throw it in the pan with our sauteed kielbasa. And And we'll throw our veggies in after that. With our ricotta and egg mixture, I'm going to throw in a little bit of our oregano from Sicily. Take this out here. There's a lot. It's already kind of dried. We're just going to dump a bunch of it in there. I'll get rid of these sticks because we don't want those in there. Perfect. Now I'll just mix this in. And I threw a little bit of salt and pepper in here with it as well. Ah, wow. That smells magnificent. Okay, so I'm gonna turn that off. Take the lid off. We're gonna take our ground beef very carefully, and we are going to pour it in with our kielbasa to the pot. There we go. Give that a stir. This over here. Perfect. Just mix it in with the kielbasa. And we're going to throw our veggies in here so we can start giving those a nice little saute as well. This is smelling wonderful. We're giving this a stir. Okay, I'm going to throw in my garlic. And actually, I want to put the basil in last. Fresh tomatoes, the red bell pepper, side of the bowl, and green bell pepper. The mushrooms, and onion. And we're gonna mix all that up in here. And let this cook down just a bit. And then I'm gonna start throwing in my other ingredients, i.e. sauces, tomato sauce, paste, etc. That looks yummy. Let that cook down just for a minute. Our water is boiling for our pasta. We're just going to cook that a little bit because it's going to bake in the oven. But I put in a little bit of olive oil. And let me just move these to the end here. These things can be very sensitive. So if they don't stick together, just do one at a time. I am next going to throw all of my sauces into my ground beef, kielbasa, and veggie mixture. We are now going to add our sauces, and I like to use, as my mother did, a base marinara sauce, which has a variety of flavors already in it. We're going to just throw this in here, like so. And we want a wide variety of flavors and just beautiful, beautiful taste to go into our sauce. So I have these palmy, which are delicious, delicious tomatoes from Italy. Chopped tomatoes I'm going to add into this. And as you saw earlier, I did add some fresh tomatoes as well. And we've got a tomato sauce. Some whole peeled tomatoes. And that just goes right down in there, like so. Now, piece de resistance, our tomato paste, it adds a nice, rich flavor. And it helps thicken it up. See how thick that is on the spoon? And it is just a beautiful, beautiful tomato flavor. And I have one more can of the tomato paste to add. It's so good, yummy. You could almost eat it by itself. Now, let's give this a stir. Mix everything together. We are giving our sauce a nice mix here, and then I'm just going to let it cook for a minute. And our pasta is ready to go into our baking dishes. And we will start layering our lasagna and throwing it into the oven. All right. The last thing I'm adding to the sauce is this fresh basil. And that just adds the most beautiful ambiance to your sauce. Wonderful. Let's give this a stir into our lasagna sauce. This is one of my favorite parts of doing lasagna, while having a nice glass of vino. But what we do, I've got a little bit of olive oil in the base of my dishes, baking dishes. So I'm gonna layer just a very thin layer of the meat sauce, which turned out fantastic, onto the bottom. I'll use my clear one first so you can see I'm doing this. And it's just going to be a thin layer of meat sauce on the bottom. There we go. And we'll do that with both of these pans. This is my new Emile Henry pan I just picked up at the Culinary Institute. And I love this dish. And we'll give just a thin layer on the bottom. Here, and then we're going to take our lasagna noodles one at a time, and you want to kind of place them a little bit on the edge, not too much. They don't have to be perfect. It is a lasagna. Our oven is preheated to 350, so that is ready to go. These are beautiful noodles from Italy. And I'm also going to put a layer just on the other end. One over here. Now, take this and we will put a thick layer of meat sauce, and we made plenty of sauce, so it covers our whole dish. It smells amazing. I'm very proud of how this came out. All right, there we go. Next, we'll take our ricotta mixture that we blended up, and we're going to put that on top of the meat sauce, and we're just going to kind of spread it a little bit. It'll bake into the dish, and so it'll spread out as it bakes. So it doesn't have to be super thick, but you can make it as thick as you want. I love cheese. So So, okay, there we go. Now, I'm gonna take this mixture of Italian blend cheeses and put that on top of here. Just like so. Yum. A little bit more over here. Okay, and then we're gonna repeat those steps. And we'll do that, and I'm gonna layer this. I wanna see how thick it is with 2 layers. And if I have enough room, I'll do 3 layers. And then we'll work on our other pan. Okay, just got the meat sauce on this. And we're doing our 2nd layer in this pan. All right, that is beautiful. And more cheese. Okay, and since this is the top, I'm gonna make it pretty thick. That way when this cheese melts on the top, it'll give this lasagna a nice golden color. We have our lovely lasagna layered here, and it is going to the oven. I've already put 1 pan in. And we stuck a pan underneath just in case. These things tend to bubble up. We want to make sure that they're not going to get all over the oven. All right, there we go. And our oven is set to 350. I'm gonna cook this for an hour and then I'm gonna check it and see what it looks like. It's been an hour and timer went off, so I'm going to pull this out of the oven. Oh my goodness, that looks amazing. Do this one at a time, very careful. Wow, look at that. Oh, that looks amazing. We are going to enjoy that. Thank you, Mama, as always. For now, I'm Joey, and we will see you next time.